It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Flash flooding is possible in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, as well as the central and southern Appalachians this week. Scattered severe thunderstorms and heavy rain are forecast across portions of the northern plains and Midwest. A dangerous midsummer heat wave continues to expand across the central U.S. into the southeast. Closer to home, rounds of isolated to scattered storms will continue through Thursday. It'll be favoring the high terrain and the adjacent lowlands. Localized flooding and gusty outflow winds will be possible. Temperatures are going to reach to and above the century mark for much of the lowland locales throughout the end of the week. Storm coverage will decrease into the weekend. We're going to have another look at the weather following this news. The National Weather Service issued a flash flood emergency for the Reynosa area yesterday. Heavy rain poured over the Blue 2, South Fork, Salt, and McBride burn scars. Cherokee Mobile Village was evacuated due to headwaters moving down Highway 70. Filing deadlines have been expanded again for those affected by the South Fork and Salt fires. The New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department said taxpayers whose returns were due on June or July 25th now have until November 1st to file. A free Kids Day event is being held Friday from 10 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. That's in Tiburon for children affected by the Ruidoso, Alto, and Mescalero natural disasters. We spoke with Rihanna Snow.
In the morning, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're going to do kids golf in the same parking lot at the High Country Lounge and Grill. We're going to have free hot dogs, chips, and a soda while the kids participate in karaoke. Immediately after that, just down the street, our public pool is open. It's a full-size 25-foot pool, 10-foot deep, goes to 2-foot deep on the other side, heated. That's open from 2 to 5 p.m. And then from 5 to 7 p.m., we're going to have pizza for all the kids. And then from 7 to 8:30, Neighborhood Watch is sponsoring movie night with a free raffle for everybody who comes.
We spoke with Jack Ratley.
This month we're showing migration. About a family of ducks wants to go off on, they want to migrate, but the kids want to go off on a vacation, and it just ends up in a big cluster. We do movies like this to inspire children, to give them a break from reality, if you will, and to provide an outlet for them here in Tiburon because, with our mass metropolis, there's not really anything to do.
Snacks, drinks, and popcorn are free. If you have any questions, call Rihanna Snow, 575-706-1780. A brisket breakfast burrito special is taking place this Saturday from 9 until noon at Connie's Deli, 1591 Sacramento in Tiburon, benefiting the Tiburon Neighborhood Watch. The Toy Train Depot is in need of volunteers to do practically anything on site. Philip Turley told me that he'll be happy to teach you all you need to know. He just needs some help.
What do you do on the weekends? That's the days we're open. I'm looking for people, for volunteers that have, what a photographic eye is? People that can take photographs and see the detail and how the photograph gets together. Those are the people I want to get. They don't have to know about trains. Trains, I can teach them. Detail people, I can't teach. They already know how to do detail. I can teach you how that applies to model railroading. That part I can do. It's getting them in there to get to do that work. That's the work we need done from our volunteers.
If you have any questions, 210-209-3772.
The thing I really stress with a volunteer is, if you only have 1 hour a weekend, a month, I will take that 1 hour, no matter what day you want to do it. I am not going to set a schedule for it. Other than that, please come in when we're open.
You can hear this interview in full on our YouTube channel. Great news from Animal Village NM. You can once again get your dog or cat spayed or neutered for just $65. Sonny Aris told us all about it.
You pay $65 to the veterinarian. In Otero County, that is Paw in Hand on Cuba near Albertsons. In Lincoln County, that is Ruidoso Animal Clinic. The vet will schedule your surgery for you after you have the paperwork from Animal Village NM, and then you'll get your pet spayed or neutered for just $65 instead of hundreds of dollars.
AnimalVillageNM.org for details. The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department presents the Adopt a Spot at the Alameda Park Zoo program. I spoke with Sven Sears.
The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department has taken on the Adopt a Spot program that was formerly run by Keep Alamogordo Beautiful. Upon taking it over, we decided to expand our reach. We reached out to the zoo, and now the zoo is a spot that people can adopt. It's just volunteering to go out and keep your adopted spot clean.
And if you need some more information,
all you have to do is go to our website, the City of Alamogordo website, and then the quickest way to get there is to search Adopt or Adopt a Spot. Once you find the page, you'll put in your application, you'll watch a short training video and sign some releases and waivers, and then from there you're just able to clean your spot once a quarter to maintain its adoption.
You can also call the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department at 575-439-4269. The outdoor watering schedule is in full effect for the city of Alamogordo. If your house number ends in 1357 or 9, you may water your lawn on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If your house number ends in 0246 or 8, you may water on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All watering must take place before 9 a.m. and after 6 p.m. We also heard from Tularosa Mayor Debbie Cooksey, who shared the village's similar schedule.
Our watering is scheduled for right now. The odd members water on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. The even members water on Tuesdays, Thursday, and Sunday, and nobody waters on Monday.
Cooksey also shared why the schedule is needed.
I know we get our water from the creek, and everybody thinks that we have tons of water, but as you well know, if you've done any studies or heard any people talk about it, our creek is going down, decreasing in water every year. So we're trying to do this to keep our water. That's the main purpose of it. You know, New Mexico water is gold. If you got water, you're rich. And we're trying to keep our village, running with, and if we can conserve water, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
If someone is caught not abiding by the water schedule, that individual could be fined. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Shannon Edsity of Gallup was sentenced after a man was killed in 2021. Edsity was using meth and drinking with 2 other people in September of 2021 when they devised a plan to lure and harm an unnamed victim. The victim was picked up and the other 2 people got into the vehicle. He was then assaulted and the vehicle veered off the road where it became stuck. Outside the vehicle, documents claim they used a screwdriver and baseball bat to beat and stab him. His body was then hidden in nearby bushes. Law enforcement showed up and assisted them to retrieve the car while one person hid with the body in the bushes. Edsity, a relative, that relative's spouse, and one of the assailants. Days later, the victim's body was found with multiple injuries and his death was established as a homicide. One of the assailants was identified as Elias Viola. He was sentenced to 30 years. Edsity was sentenced to 14 years and ordered to pay nearly $20,000 in restitution. Officers from the New Mexico State Police and Las Cruces Police Department held a retail theft operation this past Friday, which resulted in 14 arrests. The day-long operation resulted in 9 physical arrests, 5 criminal citations requiring a court appearance, 4 citations for criminal trespassing, 7 citations for petty shoplifting, 1 felony shoplifting, 7 arrest warrants were served, 2 seizures of narcotics, and 1 felony charge for possession of narcotics. Law enforcement partners recovered $578 in merchandise that was shoplifted during the day and identified over $2,600 in merchandise that was previously stolen by the offenders. Officials say more joint operations are planned for the future. One of 3 inmates at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Bernalillo County who was recently released by accident is back in custody. 44-year-old Desiree Sanchez turned herself in Sunday night and taken back to the MDC. Other media outlets are referring to her and the other 2 as escapees. I just find it hard to use that word when the door was literally held open for the three of them.
There is a problem with MDC, and it's important as another citizen of the city of Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico that we figure it out.
Attorney Bill Russell speaking with KOAT.
We need to figure out how or who is responsible for this.
Warden Stephen K. Smith with the MDC released the following statement, which claims the goal is to ensure a thorough investigation into what occurred, to identify not only who to hold accountable, but to allow a review of the policies and procedures to ensure the best operational practices are in place to safeguard the community. But didn't they do that between release number 2 and 3? The board is expected to meet on August 21st at 4:30 p.m. The Sunland Park Fire Department and El Paso Fire Department's water rescue team were dispatched to reports of 5 or 6 people found in the water. Rescue crews performed a search and not able to locate those people. The search was then called off. New Mexico received federal approval for new Medicaid programs aimed at addressing individual health-related social needs. Beneficiaries with nutrition-sensitive conditions will be eligible to receive prepared meals or groceries to support the health needs and improve maternal health outcomes. Older adults and adults with disabilities will become eligible for home-delivered meals. And this program looks to provide short-term housing stability for people recovering from a hospital stay. The Justice-Involved Reentry Program will connect eligible adults and youth to health care services up to 90 days before they're released from youth detention, prison, or jail. And the state is now going to begin an implementation planning process in order to launch these new programs next year. The New Mexico Court of Appeals has granted a motion by Rust Armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed's attorney, Jason Bowles, to allow the First Judicial District Court to rule on her request for a new trial following the dismissal of Alec Baldwin's trial. A date to hear the motion for a new trial has not yet been scheduled. Gutierrez-Reed was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in her connection to Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins' death on October 21st of 2021. In April 2024, Judge Mary Marlowe Summer sentenced Gutierrez-Reed to 18 months in prison following her conviction. 2 years ago, an Albuquerque teacher allegedly told 8-year-old Jeremiah Barella that he had no potential.
You're not looking hard enough. You're looking in all the wrong places. He's already showing his potential just by being here. That's potential enough. Everybody shows their potential in different ways, in different forms, in different styles.
That's his aunt, Steph Madrid, speaking with KOB.
He says he's fine with it, and then now he doesn't even remember it. But I do. And it hurts me. And I don't want him to ever feel like that. Ever. Every kid has potential, and everyone should be looking beyond their means.
Madrid released a song about the situation and is also working on a book. She hopes the song and book will help others drown out negative noise. The book is scheduled for a late August release. Aside from the song and book, she also wants to sell plush toys, hats, shirts, and even a board game, all to inspire kids. You know, it sounds like Auntie Steph is a lot more understanding than Uncle Anthony would have been. What say you? Weather's coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. There's a 20% chance for showers and storms. Partly cloudy skies tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 98. Low tonight, 74. High tomorrow, 98 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 13 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 76. Low tonight of 56. High tomorrow, 76 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.